Hey, it's Matt. Today I have a garage sale haul for you. I know I promised you a red Napa New Britain toolbox, but I had to butt in with this one because I stopped at a garage sale, which I haven't done in quite a while because they've just been disappointing. But boy, am I glad I stopped at this one. This one is massive. I got it for a really good price. You're going to have to wait till the end to find out how much I got all of this stuff for. But let's take a look at what we have. As you can see, a bunch of sockets. But what are these? From the chrome ratchet to the right, if you haven't noticed already, is all Proto stuff. And we have a big old long extended half-inch drive 5450 BL in really good shape aside from some surface rust. I rubbed some hops down on this side. It turned out pretty good. I'll have to give it a couple of applications of that, but I think this ratchet will be all right. A little more rust on the head, but it doesn't look like it's been used or abused at all. The knurling is really nice, just some rust inside of it. Really nice ratchet. Lots of impact sockets in here. Deep, shallow, half-inch drive, 3/8 drive. In the Snapon, we got a 3/4 drive, 15/16, some half-inch, some 3/8, a couple of quarters sitting in there. A bunch of different adapters and extensions, pin-style extensions. Some of these are a little roached, I'm not going to lie to you. A couple of these sockets are bad, but most of the sockets are either not used at all, they're brand spanking new, or they just have a little bit of use on them, and they're still plenty good sockets in here. Same with the Proto. We got a little bit of metric in here, probably about a quarter to a third of it is metric. So a good variety of sockets. And if you have Snap-on sockets and you have Proto sockets, you have other sockets too, right? This is just the Proto and the Snap-on. So let's take a look at box number 2. Not too much of other stuff, but this is just the rest of it. There's some Williams stuff in here, gear wrench, some decent Taiwan stuff, Sunex, some Cornwell stuff in here, some Gray pneumatic. There's some Westward OEM, some Craftsman. Just a little mixed match of other stuff. I think there's an Apex in there, but that's it for the sockets. And if you have sockets and extensions, you need screwdrivers and Allen wrenches, right? And that's what we got here. We have a bunch of Proto nut drivers, a Craftsman, old Craftsman. Check this thing out. Cushion grip, 7mm H. Sweet little nut driver here. That green one is a Williams. We got a Vaco 10mm, a Proto 8mm, and the rest of these are just Proto SAEs. 2 Allen brand SAEs. Some of these, again, I forgot to mention, some of the sockets, most of them have the guy's name on them, so they are mostly all marked. There are a couple that aren't, so that's another little downfall about it, but again, I don't mind that stuff. And some of these impact sockets I'm just going to hang on to, so I don't really mind too much. Fuse puller, some cheapo cutters. Those other cutters, these are Exolites, and they're not in bad shape. A couple of screwdrivers, an Apex and a Cleco, Bondus and an Allen set there, missing a couple. We have some Eklund and some Allen and some Proto T's here, the old logo Proto. Say that 10 times, 3/16. I think we're doing pretty good so far. What else do we have? We need wrenches, right? We don't have any wrenches yet. So we have this whole box of wrenches here. We have a bunch of Williams up top here, 9/16 and some half-inchers. And we have some Armstrong, and some of these are the industrial finish, 9/16 and half-inch of those. An Allen 7/8, some Craftsman wrenches here. Let's get this on there better. We got a Craftsman 15/16, 13/16, 2 5/8, and then we have this 5/16 6-pointer. That's a hard wrench to come by. You don't get those too often. And we have some metric stuff over here. A Williams 19mm. This pretty cool New Britain 18mm, and a 18mm Blackhawk, 14mm Craftsman, 10mm Wright, 12mm Westward, 10mm Blackhawk. A Martin 5/16, my first Martin wrench. I've done a lot work with Martin sprockets and bushings and what have yous there, and I've always wanted myself a Martin wrench, but they're expensive. But now I have one, 5/16. So that's my favorite wrench out of that bunch. What else do we need if we got tools? Well, we had a lot of Snap-on and Proto sockets. Where are all the Snap-on and Proto wrenches? Oh, they're coming. Oh, what do we have? a bunch of Proto and Snap-on wrenches. I guess not a bunch, but a decent amount. Industrial, professional Proto 3/4 of 15/16, 11/16, some 9/16, some half-inchers, some anti-slip ones in there, a half-inch 9/16 tappet wrench, a 7/8, 13/16 open-ender. We have these little ratcheters, a 7/16 3/8 and a 9mm, 10mm. Quit shining, I'm blinding you. In really nice shape. Some Snap-on wrenches. A 3/4, it's rusty, you know, but I'll rub it down with some hops and see how it turns out. 11/16, 2 5/8, a half-inch. 2 5/8, 11/16 open-enders. And my favorite, this little ratcheter right here. A little 1/4-inch, 5/16. And I didn't look at the date of any of the Snap-on stuff. It's all the newer logo on there. Some of the sockets are the older style, but they're right around the swap over to the new logo, so nothing too old here, but I don't know. What do you think? What do you think I paid for all this stuff? I'm out of breath. It's a lot. But I think I did a pretty good job. I think that, I don't know. I don't really want to tell you what I paid for it, but I don't know. What do you think this ratchet's worth? What would you pay for this thing? It's a pretty nice ratchet. It has some rust on it, but it doesn't look like it's ever been used. It feels good. It's the extended one. I don't know. I think I'd pay about, what do you think? $50 for this ratchet? I think so. I'd say I got my money's worth with that ratchet. That's right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. $50 for all this stuff. Yep, ain't no lie. I can't believe it either. Still can't. So what do you think? What was your favorite? I don't know, that ratchet's pretty sweet. Everything's pretty cool. That's why I do this. I like that little ratcheter. That little Martin wrench is pretty cool. I have a bunch of sockets, a bunch of holes to fill. I have no time. I have tools stacked up here, and oh man, it's getting out of hand. So that's why I did this one. There's a lot of stuff that I can move, so hopefully I'll get some of this stuff on the Evil Bay this week and get it moving. But like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.